Hey, Chiz, let's chat. So listen, if you, like me, at some point you find yourself in a predicament where you're trying to transition, you're trying to make the best decisions that you can when it comes to the people that you entertain, your male counterparts, right? And the thing I love the most about this age and stage in my life is that I feel like, maturity and growth and being exact, really knowing what I want and really knowing what I don't want, like that stuff is setting in stone. The concrete is really drying on that, right? And for a large part of life, I haven't really been in that space, so I don't know if that's a thing for women or what. I feel like we spend a lot of our time like hoping or just giving odd situations a chance, but in our heart we knowing that it's really not going to amount to, it's never going to be what we would like a situation to be, but still we dibble and dabble in it just to waste time, just to fill the space, right? Just so your phone will ring, just so you have a little date here and there, have a little razzle dazzle here and there every now and then, but as you continue to grow and mature, you start to not need those little things anymore, right? Because it starts to get really clear on the fact that, hey, this either is something that I can deal with, that has the potential that I needed to have, or it isn't. And all the gray areas start to clear up, right? And you don't even want to entertain anything that, is not meeting the mark that says, hey, this is something I could entertain. If it's not saying that, you're not even interested in it. And I can truly say it's such a peaceful place to be in when you get to that spot, right? It is so peaceful. Like, it's, because it don't take much thought. Like, you either there or you not. And one thing I want to say is that, like, guys are under some false impressions a lot of times that I've heard them say that, they want men who are already, established. And that's not to say that we don't want a person already, who already has their stuff together, right? But you do understand that a lot of times men are slow to coming into that. So there may be some areas where there's still some growth needed. Here's the problem that a woman has. When she stays with him, works with him through those stages and phases, and then he gets right to the door of where she needed him to be, and then now he decides that, hey, this is not what I want, or she's not who I want. But yet you never gave off any of that while this woman was helping you and staying by your side and working with you and having some understanding for your situation. You never gave off any of that. But as soon as you get there, now is, I don't think I'm ready for a relationship, or you trying to do something else. That is what women try to avoid. That is the part that makes a woman say, no, I'm not building with him. He needs to come ready. Because a woman does not want to invest her time like that and her feelings and her emotions and then see someone else reap the benefits from the seeds that she planted. Nobody wants to see that. And back in the day, they called it fatting the frog for the snake. Nobody wants to fat the frog for the snake, men or women. And you cannot blame a person for that. And when I hear men in these discussions, it's like, y'all acting like y'all don't know men who have left the girl that was there when he was trying to get it out the mud. Left the girl there that was really his ride or die. Left the girl who did the time with him when he was in prison. Left the girl who, you know, had his kids and went to marry another girl who ain't got no children from him. Y'all act like, men be acting like they don't know these stories exist. And then you don't understand why a woman don't want to stay with him while he's building. Too many jokers done went left after women stayed. So now you have another generation of women that's like, yeah, nah, bro. Men cannot say that women were not staying with guys while they were building. Our grandmama and them was staying with them. They weren't meeting our granddad and them, and he already was up. Our grandmama and them helped him get up and stay up. So it ain't that we was not doing it. It's just through the years we start seeing the unappreciativeness of it. Yeah, nobody wants to feel unappreciated. I done labored in vain for you. That's the problem. And you know, it's unrealistic for you to be 20 years old now saying, oh, he has already been put together, unless you a 20-year-old and you like older men. You know, I don't think anything is unrealistic at all about it, because at a certain age he should be established to a certain point. Now there are caveats to that. You know, if he done been in prison for a while, he getting out at a later age, or you know, something just has took up his time, or you know, maybe he's just getting out of a marriage, so he's basically starting from scratch again. You can understand that man not having much. But if he has the basics, he has something to work with, okay, then you can consider working with that, right? Because he have a job or a business. He have his own place. He have his own car. He don't need you for the regular, just basic his adulting needs. He may need your business sense. He may need your computer skills. He may need your research skills to help him get to the next level. That you don't mind doing. But the problem I have with this younger generation of women, because I'm trying to figure out who raised them to be okay with coming in and taking care of a man. Who raised them that it was to be okay with this man not your husband, but y'all, you know, saying, oh well, we buying their lunch and we paying for their haircuts. When I read that type of stuff on Facebook, when I tell you that irks my nerve to the core, it really does. And you know why? Because I know that a lot of these girls who saying that, girl, you do not have your stuff together in the way that you on here perpetrating. You don't. Now that's not to say that there are no young girls that really have their stuff together. No, but girl, you just on this your first job where you really get into the bag. And you think you just got money just to blow and throw his way. You don't. You just get started. You don't know what next year may bring. Right? Your Roth IRA ain't barely got anything in it. Right? You still paying on furniture. You still owe them people money for your furniture. Your braces ain't even paid for yet. But because you got your little, you know, whatever it is your job entails, you know, you got a little extra funds, and you talking about what you finna send him for lunch, and you paying for his haircut. Where's your mama and daddy at? And your grandma. Now, some of it, I can truly say, some of them young girls saw their mamas do that. Some of them saw their mamas do that. Take care of man, stay on Section 8. He lived there. Not have to pay nothing, or the audacity to pay half of what she's paying. You gonna pay half, and they already have me at a quarter of what I'm supposed to be paying, and you paying half? Yeah, some of these young girls saw their mama accept less. So they feel like, hey, that's the move and that's what they're supposed to be doing. It's not. It's not. And the reality is that I live in this world just like everybody else. I understand that it's hard to meet ends meet, one person doing every single thing. I understand that. But here's the thing. What I want to see as a woman, I want to see a heart that says, I will take care of everything financially. Even if your bank account says, I can't take care of everything financially, but you have a heart to do it. If you could, if your coins were there, you would do it. You would absolutely take care of everything because you care enough about me to make sure that I'm straight. Right? The problem I have is that these guys, their heart is on 50-50. Their heart is on 50-50. Sometimes their heart is on 50-50, even though their pockets is on 100. And I have a problem with that. I do have a problem with that. Because, see, if your heart is saying, hey, baby, if I could pay all these bills by myself, I would. You won't have to do nothing. Your money is if your heart says that, guarantee bet I can help you get to the point where your account says that. Because I see the love and that you have for me, and I see the love that you have for us, and the and how you want us to function and prosper. Right? But if your heart is on 50-50 and you stand on that, chest poked out and everything on 50-50. That tells me that you don't really have a heart for me. That's how I read into that. That's how I see that. You don't really have a heart for looking out for me and taking care of our family and watching us grow and making sure that we, blossom and able to. You too scared, like my grandma used to say, they be scared that they gonna do something nice for you. See, you wanna keep me at the 50-50 because you scared that, okay, that means I'm gonna save my money or I'm gonna be able to do something that you're not gonna be able to do. So you wanna make sure you tie up some of my funds. That's strange to me. Now, especially for me, it's really strange when I see your heart is like that. Because see, I ain't even finna tell all my business, but I'm just saying, like, when I meet you and your heart is on that, because see, I already know what I'm coming with. I know what I'm coming with. And I know how my heart is going to be towards you, that it's no way you're going to be in my life and don't be the best man that God ever created you to be. Right? So when I see that you come into the situation with your hands balled up, okay, well, none can't get out of it. You gonna keep your little 50, but none can't get in it neither. So it's some stuff you're gonna miss out on from me just because your heart is hard. Well, you ain't gonna miss out on it from me because I ain't even tolerating the foolishness myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, your heart better be. I understand that I may have to kick out something because financially you can't do it, but your heart has to be. Your heart's posture has to be saying, soon as I get to the point where I can, you ain't even gotta worry about it. And it ain't because I can't do it, because I'm doing it already. Doing it. Right? But I just want to see what your heart's posture is towards me and towards the growth, towards our unity, towards our collaboration. And now it seems like some of these men, they just only looking at what you can do for them. The reality is that, bro, I'm not looking at what you can do for me, because I already have me. I'm looking at what it is that you want for us. What do you see for us? If you don't have the right vision for us, it's just not a good look when that's all you hearing, you know. And then, like a dude had told me, oh, you don't you stuck in the, what he told me, you stuck in the old times. You think a guy supposed to just pay for everything? No, baby, I came up dealing with the plug. They did pay for everything. Yeah. And yeah, it might have was illegal, but it was the point that his heart's posture was that he takes care of everything. Cause he can, cause he got it, cause he can. Cause he's supposed to have it as a man. Now were they going about getting it the wrong way? Yes, absolutely. But the nerve of you to try to make me think that I'm thinking wrong because I came up under men who took care of things, and they didn't put that on my shoulder. They took care of the things they took care of, and I took care of the things that I took care of. And now you get with Miss No Self-Esteem, no daddy in her life, and then you want to tell me, oh, you need to be paying for a date. And that's not to say I can't, but it's that your heart's so negative. Your heart is on, oh, you got to be, no, what? Your heart ain't on us growing. Your heart is on that somebody gonna take all your money. That you don't want to, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be in a situation you was last time when you was giving out so much and feeling like you were getting nothing in return. Well, that's you if you pick a woman that you was throwing out money to and you don't feel like you got anything back from her. Or that she used you. Okay, you could have checked that while it was going on. But you ain't gonna make me pay for what the other one's done. Cause see, the way my daddy raised me, you ain't taking care of no man. But see, a lot of times them 50-50 guys, they didn't have no daddy. That's what you got to understand. If it's one thing I think us as women should be looking for, is a man who had his daddy actively in his life. Because I do believe that when a man has had his dad or a strong male figure in his life, that man show up different for you. He shows up different for you. And that's not to say that a man can't have a mama that tell him and show him, hey, you need to be doing X, Y, and Z for your lady, for your wife, for you. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, them mamas don't tell them that, because the mamas be wanting something for themselves. So they tell them the opposite. Oh, she need to be doing this. Come on, man. Mom. So, hey, that's a whole nother video. But the reality is that a lot of men, if they have come up under a strong man, they don't be talking that foolishness. They don't be talking that foolishness. The same way, if you have a female, if she come up under her mama cooking and cleaning and taking care of the house, you think she don't know that she's supposed to do that? She know that. And her mama done taught her how to do that, chances are. Now, of course, you have new generation of women that, you know, that's not their thing. They're interested in getting money. They're not house, you know, that's a whole different issue. But like I said, generally, a woman teaches, a woman will have her daughter knowing what to do, just like a man will have his son knowing what to do. And a lot of us running across men who they didn't have their daddies. So now they talking to us like it's their mama in them talking to us. Cause your daddy in you would be saying, take care of that woman, she's a good woman. But your mama is talking through you. What you bring to the table. You hear me? So yeah, listen, it's really hard when you're transitioning and you trying to stop dealing with a certain type of man that you know is not any good for you, and you're trying to get on the good foot, trying to find a person that is the caliber of what you need, what makes sense in your life and for you. It can definitely be a challenge, but like I say, at some point you get to a place where you stop playing with the fire. You done got burnt enough. You stop playing with situations and circumstances that going nowhere fast. You already know that's a no. That's, yeah, been there, done that. That's a no, right? And the only thing you available for are the situations and circumstances that, you know what? Let me see what that's him for, because yeah, he got his stuff together. He got his stuff together. So for me, like I say, I had to get out of dealing with street guys. That's been a transition for me. I had to get away from that. And don't you know it's harder to stop dealing with dudes like that in this climate? Because the other ones that you meet, even though they may seem like they pretty straight laced as far as the job, they coming with a dumb mentality. And that will make you reverse right back on over the bruh, because he already know what he supposed to do, right? So listen, it can be definitely challenging out here, especially for a certain generation of women, a certain type when you were used to dealing with, and that's why I say, ladies, like here's the thing: when y'all young, it's dangerous to get caught up in dealing with men who getting their money really fast, because you get used to that. Now, I'm not ever saying don't get used to a man, showing you love and taking care of you, but don't ever get used to a street life man, right? Because the things that a man in the street can do for you, a working man, listen, it may take a whole year for that man to be able to get up, save enough coins for him to just throw your way for you to go get a bag, $2,500, $3,500, and that's low end, right? So we do ourselves a disservice, just like I say I did myself a disservice, by only, not only, but mainly dealing with a certain caliber of guys. Because when it came time to, okay, you grown now, you ain't doing no more prison bids with nobody, but unless it's your dad or your brother. God bless, they don't never go. But ain't no more prison bids, ain't no more none of that. Sorry. When you get to that point that you don't want that, then you can't deal with guys in the street, because some of that stuff comes with them, right? So the best thing you can do is don't ever get used to that money. Don't get used to that money. And because it's so dangerous. And I could just say, Lord, God really kept me. He really kept me. You hear me? Because I have been in so many dangerous situations that it's like, this could go left at any time. Anybody could hit this door at any time. The robbers, the feds, the city police, the sheriff, anybody can hit this door at any time, right? So I just, shout out to Big God. You hear me? Shout out to Big God. He done did his big one with me. He has covered me so much. But I would say, listen, to a younger generation, man, listen. It ain't just the dope boys that have money. It's the scammers, all the fraud doing. Like, listen, don't get caught up in that lifestyle, because it's hard to get out, and it makes you have unrealistic expectations, because a working man can't just throw funds at you all the time. And the chances of you getting NBA ball players and baseball players, the long money, I ain't even talking about the football money, because you got to be real good to have your money real long with football. But that baseball money, that NBA money, that be long money. But the chances of you getting that, yeah, it is women who get it, but those guys like to date in the same circle. They like to date and run through the same type of women. The same women, rather. So it ain't that you can't get in where you fit in. Of course you can, but the chances of you getting in and sustaining it, that's a long stretch, because you may get in and now it's just your time. So you have a good run with so and so who play for whatever team. Y'all might have a good run for a couple years, then what? Now you back to regular old Charles, who worked for UPS, and even with his overtime checks, it's just regular. Now you feeling some way about yourself. Like I can't do better than this. No, Charles, ain't nothing wrong with Charles, but you got used to Jaquadring, and you think that Jaquadring on the Clippers, like you want everybody money to be like that. No, it's not going to be like that. So you do yourself a disservice by getting used to that type of money and getting used to those players that they can run, because the average man, he may not be able to do that. That doesn't mean he may not be able to provide a wonderful, nice, solid, safe life for you. Safe physically, because maybe he's only going to be dealing with you. And maybe he got enough sense that if he dealing with other women, he use condoms or something. But like, it gets very dangerous when you dealing with certain calibers of guys. Street guys too. That's why I say, Lord God been good to me. You hear me? Because he surely have covered me. Because I definitely made bad decisions when I was out here choosing. You know, like I say though, my city and a few more cities don't owe me now. I had a wonderful time. I had fun in my youth. I listen. But did I make some bad choices? Did I put myself in some dangerous situations? What? Yes. And I can just only thank God that he kept me and covered me. You know, and now I'm able to, you know, speak life, give back the game and say, like, baby, listen, that ain't what you want to do. That ain't what you want to do. I don't care how fun it look, or how much money it seems. I don't care how many foreigns they have. That ain't really what you want to do, because when your tail get older and now you just got to pick from regular Joe Schmo, it's going to be hard. So, all right. Y'all enjoy your day.